funny how the beginning of every trip just has all sorts of little hiccups. You just gotta roll with it and just do the best you can sometimes. But on the way out here, I ended up getting a dead battery, and I had to get some sheriff to jumpstart me. So I didn't get very much sleep last night, but we're doing it. There's Cade. Cade's dealing with a little bit of a, I don't know, he's got some sort of cold or something going on, but he's not his usual prime self. But here we go. So we think it's a little bit of a forky that we bumped. It kind of went down the hill, so we're talking about leaving our bags, going light, trying to side hill across the canyon and see if we can get a shot at it. It might be just a barely legal forky.
It's pretty tiny.
Sounds like it's pretty tiny, but
so I'll let Trevor have it.
I'll take it. Yeah, as long as it's legal, I think I'm good. So we'll have to confirm, but
they exist.
But they're here. We're in the zone. Just the antler.
It's possible it was a doe, but it looked like a little
maybe he's the one
forky.
That little shed set that I found came from him.
I hope he didn't travel this way.
So I bombed down that hill, and I was having a hard time trying to be quiet because there's so much the dry crunchy leaves that the bears eat in the spring, and then there was also a ton of just dead fallen trees and branches. And as I was going down that hillside trying to get to the hill in the sun, I saw the deer again, just the tail end, and I bumped it, and it kind of went back towards the hillside that it started on. I went to the original hillside, and then I saw it, I glassed it. It was a doe that looked like a buck, but I got to within 150 yards of it, so that was fun. It was fun chasing it down, and then I started bombing it back up, and I kind of bumped it back up. It was a good time. So just been out here glassing. Had a little bit of a cold night. The wood seemed to be very wet, even though it hasn't really rained here in a while. There was like a really bit of like a wet dew, wet fog the night before, so hopefully we see something.
Well, it's pretty windy, if you couldn't tell. You guys haven't heard a lot from me because I've just been super sick. Yesterday was probably the most miserable I think I've ever been, like ever. It was so bad. I got an hour and 15 minutes of sleep. I did not eat anything other than like a few mango slices. And we hiked in here, which was quite a quite a journey, quite a trip. We're 10 miles-ish from the truck, so we shouldn't see any other people. And we're quite a ways off the trail, so we're gonna find some bucks.
So last night I had a sight rip out, so I woke up high and I discovered it in the morning, and I ripped it. It came out right here, so I plugged into my old sight in my butt, which I had left in just in case, but it's not working very well. Usually over time the fat clogs the IV that you have, so I'm going to put a new sight in and put it into this so that I can actually be more efficient with my insulin, so I'm not wasting insulin. So my new sight is in, so we are good to go. So we're gonna keep glassing and hopefully we can see something, get some action.
So we're just sitting here glassing, and Trevor leans over to me and he asks if I want a toothpick. And he pulls out, he has a case. Are they reusable?
No. They're just wooden toothpicks.
He has a case of wooden toothpicks. Let me remind you, we're 10 miles from the truck. And he decided to carry in a plastic case with how many toothpicks?
It's got like 10.
Of 10 wooden toothpicks.
Sun's going down. It's getting real cold. We've been glassing up this area that we really liked. Haven't really seen much from it though. We were glassing and a grouse just soared right in front of us.
I felt like the grouse was gonna take off my head. It was like... What are you at, number-wise?
70. But I'm about to work, so I'm gonna eat some more food. I just downed 3 fruit snack packets, like swallowing vitamin pills. So, just that stopped the crash, but trying to sustain it before I fix my bed area and get a bunch of firewood and whatever else we do.
How many Kleenexes I have?
Yeah, I think you're sick. You were, they make good fire starter. I don't know if it's sanitary, but
Well, we just glassed up a few deer. There's 3 deer on this hillside. One of them we're pretty sure is a buck. We're not entirely sure. It didn't seem like he's a giant, but they just went over this ridge. We're trying to get a better look at them, but we were just shaking so bad, and before we could get the tripod set up, they dipped behind this hill, so we're gonna keep looking for them, and they're at like 400 yards right now, so we're pretty dang close. We just gotta get a little bit closer and make sure one of them's a buck.
I saw 3. One definitely looked like a buck. Definitely a little cold, a little shaky, but I got a quick view of them out of my binos before I started setting up the spotting scope. But by the time I got the spotting scope out, they were pretty much into the trees. So, just excited. It's cold, but I'm excited.
I'm getting super close to him. I'm probably just a few hundred yards. case you guys couldn't tell what just happened, I got within like, I don't know, 75 yards of that buck. He was so small though, a little forky. He's a little 2x2. Antlers just barely went above his ears. But I'm trying to holy crap. The stiffness is killing me. I'm trying to stay quiet. I bumped him this way. I think that was a different group of deer because there was 4 of them and 3 does and 1 little buck. Even the other buck that we glassed up from a ways away, it seemed a little bit bigger than this little forky that I got shot. Anyway, I passed up that little buck. I'm gonna try and work my way. I've just been sitting here because this is where I thought they would have spooked down into, but it's so freaking steep. I'm not sure if they would have come this way. They might have gone down to the bottom to the creek, but I'm gonna try and sneak a little bit further that direction. The sun's starting to come up. They're gonna start bedding soon, so I gotta get moving. Gosh. Hunting while being sick sucks. I'm just glad I don't have diabetes. Alright, so I was just stalking in on those deer, and Trevor is positive he saw a mountain lion on this hillside, so I bumped those deer down. But I'm thinking maybe I should try predator calling. I'm in a good little bowl right here. My wind is good. It's a little freaky thinking of a lion chasing in on you, but still making my way back. It's starting to get pretty hot. I'm really regretting dropping my water back in camp because I'm thirsty. My throat is dying from that predator call. It's hard because you can't catch your breath when you're so sick, you know. My sinuses are just so stuffed. But Trevor's on that far hillside behind me. I think he can see me slowly making my way along this field. It's a good sign that we saw some bucks, though. I really think there was a lot more deer in there than we originally thought, but they like the thick, so gotta keep grinding back. We're gonna shoot a big buck. Yeah, we're like maybe 10 yards from the tent, and we've been walking up and down this hill a lot, and I don't think this was here last night. I really don't think it was.
I don't think it was either.
And if there was a lion right there, that means a lion literally walked right past our tent instead of freaking lake here. Or something. I just don't know why it would be here. Like, it's not like there's another kill anywhere.
No.
You know, lions typically like to hide their kill so the birds and stuff don't get to it. But I don't know, it's just kind of strange that a leg just appeared out of nowhere. Look how close it is to our tent. We're literally, what, 10 yards?
Yeah.
15 yards. Chasing that buck, or I guess those deer, there's quite a few of them, really just put a toll on my throat. I don't know what is up. So I'm going to try and take a little bit of a nap. Trevor's being really nice and filling up water for me. It's just a bladder I need filled, but he said it isn't too far, but I don't know. It seems really far. So I'm gonna take some more medicine. I brought a little bit of medicine with me, thank goodness. We think there's at least 2 groups of deer. I mean, we saw, assuming that was a different buck, we're at like 7 deer.
Yep.
So, and they all went down that direction. So we're gonna, hopefully if we can't glass them up, hopefully other deer, something on the far ridge. probably a few miles though, so we gotta haul butt to get over there.
Yeah.
A pack out's gonna be even more insane. A rock is not my tool of choice, I guess. I don't know what happened. I hit like right in front of it. It was like terrible throw. It was a weird lopsided rock, but got close. We almost had dinner. Dang it, dude.
I feel good about the plan, but I wish we would have left a little earlier. It seems like we're always racing against the clock, but hey, let's do it. We've been bombing down and my blood started dropping. So I got these pocket shots. Just gonna dry mouth them. Alright. I was crashing hardcore, but this arrow means it's changing direction. It's about to go spike up, which is good. So I have a little insulin on board, which when you're active, insulin like becomes twice as effective. So that's probably why I was started to drop when I started running. But that's why I got those shots. It's like 5 or 6 Gatorade dry shots. That's how it's done. Really sugary, it leaves a strong aftertaste. But my blood's not dropping anymore, so I reuse these. I think I started out with like 10. I'll probably take another just for good measure. Sugar down the wrong pipe.
Well, you're not dropping, right?
I'm not dropping.
But you're still pretty low.
I'm 77, so I'm coming up.
Are you? Okay. So anyway, we're trying to make it through. This stuff is so thick. There's a ton of deadfall, but Trevor's starting to go back up a little bit, so hopefully soon we'll be able to start running again. We've made it quite a ways. At least 2 miles probably. But we probably got one more to go. I mean, I thought we had one more to go like half a mile ago, but we're not as close as I thought. This downfall is really killing us. I guess Trevor's going low again. It's crazy, we just can't catch a break. Between me being sick, this blood sugar, this push is not going as well as it should, as I wish it could. We're in a really good spot. We're getting to a good spot, I guess. But I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna keep trying to push, at least get to a glassy knob so I can at least see something. before the sun goes down. Well, I don't think you can really see me, but it is pitch black, and I have no idea where Trevor is, so I'm gonna go try and find him. Like I was saying, I lost him a while back there. He was going low, and I'm pretty sure he found a good glassing spot, but I think it was quite a ways behind me. I honestly have no idea where he's at, so I'm gonna try and truck my way up here and hopefully I find him. Well, so we were hiking down, and I thought you were a ways back behind me. A deer right in front, like 20 yards.
Dang.
Right there. And I went like this. I wish I had on video. I went like this, and I was like, I saw the deer. I went like this and tried pulling it out like freaking Robin Hood. Trying to grab my bow out of my quiver, or my arrow out of my quiver to kill the thing. I'm pretty sure it was a doe, but I never really got that good of a look because I realized that I have a little strap right here that couldn't,
Yeah, locked it in.
locks it in, and I just was like trying to yank it out, and this deer's just kind of like trotting along, and kind of like, what are you doing, dude?
Oh man, that's funny.
Good times though.
Well, my blood sugar stabilized, but it's probably gonna start dropping now that we're hiking again.
Yeah. Holy crap. That was a lot of powder.
Whew. Oh man, my leg feels better already. That was a lot. Felt like it was stuck in there. That electrolyte packet had been in my hunting supplies for probably over a year, so it's about time it got used.
Just swinging that gun at me, no big deal.
Sorry. Its safety is on.
Okay, well, we have a crazy turn of events. We just came back, like our 3-mile intense hike, and there was a monster buck 130 yards from our tent, and 2 does. The does are just bedded, sitting there staring at us, and we put up the spotter and put our light on it, and this monster buck, I mean, it's dark, so it's really hard to tell, but honestly, like, I mean, compared to what we've seen, like 150, maybe 160 class buck, like pretty decent for compared to what we've seen. So we don't know what to do. It just went dark, and there's like deer right next to our tent, and we just were chasing them 3 miles away when we could have just been right here and shot this giant buck. If we were poachers, we could shoot a massive buck right now, but we're not. So we aren't sure what our plan is. We're considering like taking shifts and just sitting up and just watching them and making sure they don't go very far until sunrise. But like, we also need sleep. We don't know. What would you guys do in this situation? Because we have no idea what to do. There's literally a big buck, 130 yards. Our wind is going directly at them.
And they don't even care.
And they don't even care. We were talking it up like crazy. We seriously don't know what to do. We honestly don't have, 6 hours till daylight? 8. At least 8.
Yeah, probably.
Gosh. So they're not going to be there, but like, maybe. Anyway, that's our update. Crazy.
Hopefully they are.
We're going to see if we can get some footage. My headlamp's better than Trevor's, but mine's like dead. So I'm charging it, and hopefully we can just blast the hillside and get some footage of this pretty big buck. Again, it's dark, so don't make fun of me when it ends up being like a 90-inch buck or like a little forky, but like it looked pretty big. Again, it was dark, but
I'm just glad we found something.
that's where we're at. We're just I'm so flustered right now. I don't even know what to, like. Okay, we'll keep you updated on what happens, but hopefully this buck is on the ground early tomorrow morning.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's do it.